What is realistically the greatest threat to the USA? Shall we expect some transatlantic military giant to step the ocean and crush us at a blow? Never. All the armies of Europe, Asia, and Africa combined could not by force take a drink from the Ohio River or make a track on the Blue Ridge in a trial of 1,000 years. At what point, then, is the approach of danger to be expected? I answer, if it ever reaches us, it must spring up amongst us. It cannot come from abroad. If destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher. As a nation of freemen, we must live through all time or die by suicide. Abraham Lincoln. In this country of 333 million people, there are probably only a few thousand that make the most consequential decisions, the ones that affect 10 plus or 100 plus million people in the country, potentially the world. Somehow, the internal system that selects the best of those 333 million people to be that few thousand elite does not select the best few thousand out of 333 million. The result is leaders who cannot lead and followers who justifiably will not follow. In time, that can break a country apart. Nations are formed, not born, and must be constantly maintained by people who know what they're doing. The organic predecessor to the nation is the tribe, so tribalism is the default when the nation breaks down. And tribalism in a multicultural, heavily armed, economically unequal polity is a deadly internal threat. Based on my own reading and understanding of world politics, I am of the view that there is no external threat to the USA. I'll do my best to lay out why I think this, and anyone is free to correct any of my points, as I am not an expert by any means. However, I do think the United States has some very serious threats to the checks and balances of power in our society. One, we have the largest military by far. No one else even comes close to our annual military budget. Furthermore, the only country that does come close is China. They have never attacked or invaded us despite our horrid past practices with them and our current practices with them. For those that are unaware, we currently have quite a few military bases surrounding China's borders. Could you even imagine how America would react if China had a bunch of military bases around us? I don't think China has any intention of attacking us, considering how threatening we are and seeing how little they respond, whether they realistically could or not. 2. Geographically, attacking the United States is stupidly hard. You're pretty much limited to long-range missiles and maybe some sort of naval invasion. Unless you're Canada or Mexico, setting foot on U.S. territory with our modern military defenses is stupid hard. It wouldn't be easy for us to do a land invasion against another military superpower either. But we're talking threats against America here. 3. We have too many military superpower allies, and we're already spending the most of any other country on our military by a stupid amount. So what are the real threats? Some people here have commented about information and whatnot, and I agree. I think the greatest threat to America is people beginning to understand that it is completely possible to organize and demand that the current power structures be toppled. People are beginning to realize that 1. Billionaires didn't earn their wealth. I'm a fan of work harder, earn more, but it's not physically possible to work that much harder than someone else. Jeff Bezos makes $45 million a day. I work a full-time job and a side hustle to make extra money because I'm not rich at all and need extra money to make ends meet. Last time I checked, Jeff Bezos has a lot of vacation time. I don't. 2. America is currently run by big corporations and billionaires. They already own and sell us back the necessities of life that they have monopolized, and it's getting worse. 40-something% of all house purchases made in 2023 were done by private equity firms. Soon, even the housing market will be owned by massive companies. 3. Americans are realizing the American dream is becoming less and less achievable for the worker. Some argue that the proper response is to become a business owner. Others argue that if your two choices are to be the exploited or the exploiter, then the system must be changed. I'm running out of time because I have to get back to working however many ungodly hours I work a week. But my main point is the only threat that America faces is the people rising up against the power structure in order to force it to serve the people's interests rather than corporate interests. Thanks for watching. Write your story in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you tomorrow.